Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking on a request from a listener known as The Learner, who asked us to look into Black Butler, or Kurishitsuji.
Yeah, which is a really huge topic.
It really is. And I have to admit, looking at the source material, Yana Toboso's manga has been running for almost 20 years now. Plus the anime, the stage musicals. I went in expecting a standard period piece, maybe Downton Abbey, but with a bit more mystery.
Right, that makes sense.
But the sources paint a picture that is significantly darker and weirdly, well, bureaucratic.
Bureaucratic is actually a great way to put it, though we will definitely get to the lawnmowers later. You are right to be suspicious of the surface level stuff here.
Oh, absolutely. So our mission today, per the request, is to first give a solid overview of what this story actually is, and then secondly, break down its appeal and why it became such a global phenomenon.
Because it definitely isn't a cozy mystery. It is essentially a Faustian horror story disguised as high society drama.
Yeah, so let's hit that overview first. The core setup feels very Deal with the Devil. We have Ciel Phantomhive, who, on paper, is an Earl in late 19th century England.
Right, and he runs a massive toy company called Phantom Corporation.
Exactly. But in reality, he is a 12-year-old boy working as the Queen's watchdog.
That title is crucial. The Phantomhives are essentially state-sponsored cleaners. So when the British underworld gets too messy for Scotland Yard, drug rings, cults, things like that, Queen Victoria sends Ciel.
But a traumatized kid can't enforce that will alone.
No, he cannot, and that is where the butler comes in. Sebastian Michaelis isn't just a servant. He's a demon summoned by Ciel while he was being tortured by a cult.
And the contract is terrifyingly simple.
Yeah.
Sebastian acts as Ciel's sword and shield to ensure he gets revenge on the people who murdered his parents.
Right.
In exchange, when the job is done, Sebastian eats Ciel's soul.
Exactly. And that dynamic drives the appeal, which is the second part of what we need to unpack today.
Let's do it.
It is just the perfect anti-hero setup. You have this ruthless, cynical child master and an omnipotent demon who treats battle like a dinner service.
Oh yeah, Sebastian's famous catchphrase, "I am simply one hell of a butler." It really encapsulates that blend of absolute competence and looming dread.
It does, and the sources highlight how the story shifts genres constantly to keep that interesting.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
1 minute it's a Jack the Ripper murder mystery, and the next it's the luxury liner arc, which is literally the Titanic sinking, but with zombies.
They call them bizarre dolls, but yes, they are zombies.
Right, zombies.
That arc is a prime example of the tone of the series. It balances historical tragedy with supernatural absurdity. Or you look at the public school arc, where it goes full Harry Potter with house rivalries, but keeps that undercurrent of espionage.
Speaking of absurdity, we have to talk about the Grim Reapers.
Oh, the supernatural bureaucrats.
Yes, this is where I got stuck in the notes.
It is one of Toboso's most creative twists. In this universe, death is a bureaucracy. The Grim Reapers are overworked civil servants who have to review cinematic records of people's lives to decide if they die or not.
And their death size are just sanctioned gardening tools. You have characters fighting with chainsaws and lawnmowers in 1889 London because they're harvesting souls efficiently.
It is such a bizarre aesthetic clash, Victorian lace against chainsaws, but it works.
It does.
Yeah.
But I want to circle back to something the sources flagged as a major turning point. The real Ciel twist.
Yes, that twist recontextualizes the entire 20-year run. We find out that the protagonist we have been following isn't actually Ciel.
He is Ciel's twin brother.
Exactly. The real Ciel was thought dead, but he is back. Our protagonist took his dead brother's name and title to survive. It shifts the story from a simple revenge drama to an identity crisis.
He has been an imposter in his own home the whole time.
Yes.
That adds a layer of tragedy I just wasn't expecting. It's not just about fighting bad guys. It's about a kid who erased his own existence to cope with trauma.
Precisely. And that tragedy is masked by comedy. You see it with the household servants, too. Myron, Finian, and Bardroy. At first, they seem like comic relief.
Right, a maid who breaks plates and a gardener who kills plants.
But then you learn the truth. The maid is a master sniper. The gardener is a super soldier experiment. The cook is a military demolitionist.
They were hired for their lethality and not their domestic skills.
Exactly, which explains why this franchise adapts so well. The Knights mentioned the 2014 live-action movie boldly swapped the setting to the year 2020 in Asia.
And turned Ciel into a girl named Shiori, just to make the actor dynamics work.
And the stage musicals are massive, too. It proves that the core hook of the evil nobleman and the loyal monster works in almost any format.
It really is a fascinating mix. You come for the gothic fashion and the perfect butler fantasy, but you stay for a surprisingly deep look at trauma and identity.
Because at its core, it is a story about the cost of holding on to the past. Seal freezes his life at the moment of his trauma and literally sells his future soul to correct his past.
Which leaves us with a difficult question for you to chew on. In a world where you could guarantee success and retribution by trading away your future soul, at what point does the price you pay outweigh the justice you are chasing? Thanks for diving in with us.